This is Roofing Channel Live, only on roofingchannel.com. This edition of Roofing Channel Live is brought to you in part by National Roof Group. Sign up for your free membership at nrgmembers.com. To participate in our interactive chat, make sure you're watching this program from live.roofingchannel.com. Hey guys, Chris Rayburn here for the Roofing Channel. Today we're going to be talking about branding. Does anybody know what branding is? Well, branding is disambiguation. Disambiguation is just a big word that simply means to clarify or to make obvious. And that, my friends, is what branding is all about. Make it perfectly clear who your company is and what they offer. It's extremely important to understand that branding is not about getting your target market to choose you over the competition, but it's about getting your prospects to see you as the only one who provides a solution to their need. It's the difference between when a need arises for a customer and they go to the phone book. Are they looking to find a roofing contractor, or are they looking for your number? We've all seen companies out there that print their business cards on their computer while their printer's running out of ink. They may have even printed a brochure to sell you a product that had a different version of their logo or font or phone number. The phone numbers may not even match, and so they may have simply scratched one out because their cell phone got disconnected or something. If it's things like that that just keep you from reaching that next plateau in business. You may be thinking, hey, I do that every day and I make a comfortable living and I'm happy with the way my company looks, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm a business owner and I respect your right to run your company any way you see fit. But if you're concerned about how your company's image is getting out there to your customers and prospects, then branding your company is probably important to you and you just don't really even know it. Branding on a large scale can be complex, time-consuming, expensive, to say the least. But it includes things like defining your brand and creating a long-term effort to make it stronger. But it doesn't have to be as hard as you might think. A few things that you can do to help this along are make certain that anything the public sees matches. This includes, colors, fonts, logos, the basic look and feel of everything that you project out to those customers. And it may sound a little overboard, but it'll make a huge difference between looking professional and organized or your company looking like you threw it together last weekend. Every logo that you use should match exactly. No varying colors, fonts, or any of those things should be allowed. And that way, when a prospect sees your logo, it should be instantly recognizable when they see it again in the future. I mean, you own it. Use it correctly. Every piece of literature that you use should be neat, clean, informative. Again, use your logo and stay away from filling pages with manufacturers' logos. It's one of the biggest mistakes that a roofing contractor can make. I mean, yes, it shows association, and I'm not against having that information available to the customer, but a lot of guys just use that as their marketing. Hey, we installed this, so we should be good enough, and it's simply not. You're getting those brochures from the manufacturers, and one of my pet peeves is that a lot of roofing contractors use these things. They throw them in with a bid. Let's say, for example, a customer knows exactly what shingle they want. They know the manufacturer. They know the longevity of it, and the make, model, and everything. They know it all. So they go to the manufacturer's website. They look up a list of roofing contractors in their area that install that product, and they take 4 or 5 of them and they give them a call. All 4 or 5 of you come out there and you give a bid, but every one of you use the manufacturer's spec sheet and throw that in an envelope with a proposal. At that point, that customer doesn't have any. You're not promoting your brand. You're promoting the manufacturer's brand, and the customer has no reason to go with you. Has no reason to go with contractor number 3, 4, 5, and at that point, they're buying on price alone. Because to them it looks as if every single one of these companies are exactly the same, and whichever one's the cheapest, they go with. it has an important part in the proposal. I think you take that manufacturer spec sheet, put it in there, but to be perfectly honest, it should absolutely be one of the most insignificant parts of your proposal. Everything else should sell you, and let the manufacturer stuff stay in the back. It doesn't have anything to do with them at that point. Also, your website, one of the most important pieces of creating your brand these days. It should be matched to your existing literature, business cards, even the signage on your vehicles and equipment, the t-shirts your guys are wearing on the job site. All of these things should be tied back together. Put that website address on absolutely every literature truck, everything. If you have voicemail on your phone, leave that there too. These days, most people look up a company's website during the selection process just to find out generic information. So you need to have enough there without going overboard. And let me say this now. If you don't have a website, get one. They're not expensive anymore. You may have looked into it 5 years ago and it was $15,000 to have somebody do it. You can go on Craigslist and probably find somebody to do it from $100 to $200. One more thing. If you're using an email address like bobsroofing@aol.com or bobsroofing@Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, drop it. Get yourself a website and have bobsroofing.com, which I think is already taken. I looked that up as a joke earlier. But absolutely get an @bobsroofing.com or @xyzroofing.com email address. Put your name in front of it. Don't put something like bob@bobsroofing.com. Put something professional. You want something like Robert H. @bobsroofing.com or bhunt@bobsroofing.com. It's extremely important. And it's one of the most subliminal indications to your customers. If you don't have that, it's one of the most subliminal indications to your customer that you're just throwing things together. You need everything together. Your brand is a tight, neat package. Everything matches. Everything has the same message. You're not throwing out 10 different messages there. And just make it a neat package. If you have any questions on this, email me. I'd be happy to talk with you about it live at roofingchannel.com. I would also like to see some of your examples of what you guys are doing. If you want, email me. I'll send you my address, and we can talk more about it. Look, step outside your company. See what the customer sees on a daily basis from you. And it's hard. It's one of the hardest things to do is to judge what you look like, because you've been working on it for years. You've been working hard. But if you can't do it yourself, find somebody. Tell them, look, I need some tough love. Take a look at my company, every single thing that I have, and how does a customer feel about this? How does it all tie together? It's extremely important. And then make subtle changes. Do one thing a month. In a year and a half, you'll have a company that you won't even recognize, and it'll be 10 times better than the one you have now, at least the branding part of it. So again, if you have any questions, live at roofingchannel.com. I'm Chris for the Roofing Channel, and we'll see you next time.